crafty friends, it's Sharon Luska here from My Crafty Greetings. Sorry it's been a while. We've got a sick little monkey and my little Ziggy's in the hospital right now and we're not sure how things are gonna go, but I need to take my mind off of it. So I pulled out some of my favorite dies, Scrappy Tails. Of course, you know how much I love my Scrappy Tails. And I've already lost a piece, but that is just the way life has been going since the summer for me. So the other thing too that I love when I lose my crafty mojo is craft roulette. It's on Friday nights on YouTube, and of course you can watch the afterplay. It gives you a set of parameters to make a card, and then you can enter that card by uploading it to the Craft Roulette live site. And Mary, who is a fabulous host, will you could win a prize too. But my prize, of course, is the distraction and the fact that I'm getting my crafty mojo back because I need it right now. So from this set, I grabbed myself this little map that had these mountains and these trees, and one of the elements in the challenge is hat or caps. And I thought a snow cap on a mountain is a cap. And I'm also going to cap some of the branches with snow here. So my clever little trick for meeting that parameter is fulfilled. The next thing is lumberjack colors. So I have my slimline card base cut here, and I've got some awesome plaid, and then I loved these elements here because of course aren't masculine cards some of the hardest to make, and this could go either way. You know, if you got somebody who's a hiking enthusiast, this would be a great set to use, and of course you can do it in pinks and light colors, or you can do it in hiking colors, whatever you want to do, but it's just a great universal set, not just masculine, but hits the ladies too, and I think it's so important that we have craft supplies that do that. Now, of course, these are layering dies. Sabrina is very noted for layering dies, and have all these cute little pieces. Now, I didn't do the laces, but I do like all the extra kind of, I don't know, shoe enhancements. What do they call that extra stuff? Shoe details. It's always the part that gets so dirtiest on my shoes. So I've got the backpack here, and if you ever get stuck when you're paper piecing, lay your pieces out side by side because you can see the bottom piece had like a longer bottom flap on it. And then I did the same thing too with these little buckles, which, oh my gosh, is it so adorable to do these in like some foil. So one buckle had a little bit thicker top, so I figured that's it. And this is, I also have like a picker upper tool that I got from Simon Says. I love it, but I do yank out my Sharpies, and I'm coloring in these laces here on the side of the backpack in just some regular old Sharpie fine point ink. Works perfectly. And you know, as much as we watch people use tons of expensive craft tools in the craft room, don't forget the cheap ones are great too. And you know, this is where I started with my stuff, and I still use them. I like them because they got these little teeny tiny fine points and I can color them in. Now, if you wanted to glue on the actual lace pieces, if you haven't lost your little die that does the lace pieces like I did, you can definitely do that. And the other thing too is random is lace or doily. So I chose a shoelace on these hiking boots, and I'm going to color those in as well so that they're highlighted. You don't ever have to paper piece parts on. You can always color them in, which I love to do. And I've just added a little bit of gold onto those hooks. I don't know what they're called. I used to have Timberland hiking boots that I wore after my back surgery. And yeah, that's where my head goes when I see hiking boots. So anyways, I have my little cluster here that I'm working together, and now that I've met all of my parameters and I'm assembling my card, it's getting these pieces together and what is the purpose of the card. So I've grabbed the happy birthday sentiment from the birthday flowers here, and I've double layered it to bring some black up to the top there, which is going to grab the black off the bottom of the boot. I'm doing my trick with the Tombow Mono Multi, and once it's dry, it is like I've sticky taped the back of my entire piece, and I can layer these over so that a little hint of that gold is going to come through. So that is going to speak to the gold in the buckles, the gold in the compass, as well as the little bit of gold that we've put on the boot. Because when you're making a composition, you want to always try and pull little bits of things together. Now, if you've got any glue sticking out, you can clean that up with a picky thing like I did. And then I have W5 and W7, which W5 is super light, although it looks quite a bit darker here when I'm coloring. Once it dries, and that's the thing with most alcohol ink, is when it goes on until it dries, or most ink period, right? When it goes on until it dries, it ends up looking a little more intense, but not to worry. And I did test this on a little scrap of paper first before I took it to my project. So anywhere you have one thing laying over the other, a little line of some type of gray, whether it's a cool gray, a warm gray, whatever gray you can find, those types of things are going to layer over or glaze over top of your colored paper and help the details pop out on any layering projects that you did. And of course, because this is hiking stuff, that's Aussie. So Ozzy's quite bored right now. Any of the hiking stuff that you do, if you get a little bit here or there, don't worry about it because it's hiking stuff. Isn't it usually always dirty and mucked up anyways? So here's the darker W7, and I'm just doing the base, and then I'm going to pick a couple little spots where I think it would be darker from things sticking out and add a little bit of layering in. And of course, this decided to burp up on my project, but no worries, it's still going to look fine. But what I'm going to do is take the cap off the chisel end and just hold it upside down so it has a chance for the ink to finish running back the other way. You'd think after it burped on my project once, I would have learned not to put it on the other side, but no worries, it's all good. It is all good. Anybody who receives this card is going to have to consider themselves lucky that they got a card from me. And if they don't, never again will they get a card, right? So I've got my little map here and my pieces all done up. Oh, I am going to add a couple little more darker shadowy details. There you go. My mind's blown. I will return back to normal soon, I hope. And yeah, we'll see. But anyways, I didn't want you guys to think I'd forgotten you. I love my card making, and I'm just, yeah, life has been insane. It is. Yeah, I'll get into it in another video. But as I get my little collection together here, I'm just doing this composition. And the big thing with compositions is play with them. When you're making clusters, you know, when things are touching each other, you really can't go wrong. A little bit of a back layering piece, whether people can see it or not, really do help make the point of these things belong together. Now you'll see here that I'm folding the pieces behind my slimline base here. I'm actually going to sneak the right hand fold out and attach this to a 5x7 card because I'm not really a slimline card girl. But I'm going to show you the picture of the slimline card, and then we'll go from there. So I did add some foam pieces because I bent this map so that it does the mountain valley, mountain edge type thing. So I put a little bit of homemade foam tape in there just so that it would look fun and popped up. And then I'm gluing my backpack down, and yes, it's hanging over, but like I said, it's going to go on a 5x7 card eventually anyways. And oh, one of the things too is I have pre-glued everywhere that is not foam taped. I've pre-glued it with my Tombow Mono Multi and let it dry because it is as though I'm adding sticky tape, which makes this easy to do because I can set things down. There, I'm showing you the glue. I can set things down and audition them. And that is the big thing with card making, is audition things. Take a look how they look and then move them around. Homemade foam tape, I'm just taking that, and you can take it and shove it out of the way because it's lighter duty than your regular foam tape. And we'll get that stuck down. Now, of course, I had to fuss some more with this card. It could be left as is, but sometimes you want to draw other elements through your composition, and I decided that I wanted to pick up some of that green and bring it down into the project as well, because of course I've got the browns repeating, I have the black repeating, the gold is repeating. And although there's some of the colors from the map repeating in the background paper, I still wanted to take a little bit of this white pop of colors and make some berries on the greenery. And these are Christmas essential leaves from Scrappy Tales that I've got. Once I put these little berries on, that is going to help pull together the white from the map, or the creamy color from the map. And then, so here's my whole composition and how it repeats together. And then presto bingo, there's my card finished, and I added another base to it, so it's a little bit bigger now, but you can see how it pulls everything together. Your choice how you do it, but that's just how I do mine. So thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for distracting me for a little bit today. I love you all, and I'll be back again soon. Thanks, bye.